Alright, so let's do some walls, and then I'll go through how to change the styles and sort of define the the jib board, and then the framing, and then the exterior and things like that, all in that one sort of wall style, and then how to sort of join them together and sort of join different wall styles together as well. So yeah, if we have a look at the plan, we've got these exterior walls, and then we've got these internal ones as well, and with doors and windows and stuff in them. So let's sort of get into that. So Vectorworks, and then the wall tools under building shell, and then if you just click on wall, then you can sort of draw a wall, right? So these are quite important as well. It's like where it's going to draw the wall from. This line is called the rubber band line sometimes, but yeah, you'll sort of figure out how they're used. So if you draw it that way, the rubber band line's at the top. If I change it to the center, the rubber band line's like right to the middle of the wall, or on the other way. So that you can sort of change that depending on how you want to join the wall. And it's quite important because this rubber band line is going to be the exterior part of the wall style, which I'll sort of explain now. So if we click on wall style, I've got all these weird ones because it's just the default sort of American ones, I think, but you guys will have some New Zealand ones right at the bottom called NZ something blah 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 blah. So what I'll do is I'll just sort of make a new one, and you can do this as well, it's probably a good idea. So if you go up to wall style, I'll just pick one to sort of go off. I think one that was good was exterior siding. I think it was this one. Yeah. But what I'll do is I'll sort of edit it. So we don't really want this sheathing, so I'll get rid of that. Wood stud framing, that should be 90. That's going to be a framing, right? Framing members for an external wall. And the wood siding, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. 22, whatever, or maybe a bit thicker. Maybe it's like 30, 32 or something. I'm not sure exactly. You guys will be able to know exactly what that is going to be. And the jib board, I do know will be 10. Cool. So you can sort of set up a different wall style that has sort of different components in it, and you can sort of add new bits and things like that, and then that'll be drawn whenever you sort of draw a wall with that style. And so whenever you change anything in the wall preferences style thing, you need to sort of save it again. So what I'll just call that exterior 32, and then 90, and then 10, and then state for the State House project. Okay, because that's sort of the thicknesses of the things, right? So sweet. I'll go OK, and then let's make sure it's set up there, and then now we can sort of start drawing our walls. So one of them is at 26 and 3 inches, so I'll do that. So I'll start from down here, and make sure the rubber band is going the right way. So yeah, and then what was it again? 26 and 3. So you can sort of start drawing the wall, and then go tab 26 feet 3 inches, enter, and then what I'll do is I'll just double click to set the wall. So if I zoom in without it selected, you can sort of see that it has this plaster on the inside, and then the framing, and then the exterior cladding, and it's going the right way. So cool. And then we've got another wall. Oh, where are we? This one going this way. And there's a dimension underneath here saying 33 feet and 2 inches. So I'll draw that one. So 33 feet 2 inches, enter, and I'll go double click, and then there's another one, so I can draw it from the end again. Oh, so see, this one's going the wrong way. So you can just, while you're drawing it, you can just go and change the direction it's drawing it. And then I want it to sort of line up with this, so you can just hover over this and then come straight down and it'll draw a line for you. Cool. So, oh, it didn't draw it the right way. I'm pretty sure you can flip it if you right click on it. Okay, no, maybe that's something else. So I drew that the wrong way, so I'll just delete it. Just press delete and then draw another one. Still not drawing it the right way. Maybe I need to go from up here. So draw it from there all the way down. Cool. There we go. So it's sort of about the direction that you're drawing it as well, I guess. Cool. And then we've got our sunroom sort of coming out here. So that's why it's really handy to set up that bubble grid, because I could have just gone straight off that dimension, which is 6 feet 7.5 inches. So yeah, I'll just pause it and then I'll quickly draw all that stuff up. Cool, so I've drawn the exterior wall. What I had to do was sort of set up some dimensions within the bubble grid. So the bubble grid is sort of the overall structure of the building. Usually you'd have more sort of grids within the bubble grid, but because it's a house, it's kind of simple, so there's not too much stuff that sort of lines up in that way. Because I mean, would you put a line through there, or would you put it through there, or sort of two, or maybe, I don't know, you'll sort of figure it out. But so what I had to do was put some little dimensions within that, which is the 6 feet 7 inches, 7.5 inches sort of spacing for the sunroom from that sort of exterior wall. Cool, so now we want to sort of draw up some of those internal interior walls. So to do that, I've just got that wall tool again, and I'll just go up and I'll make a new style. So one that we can sort of use as a base, or I can use as a base, I think you guys have a New Zealand interior 90mm framing wall, so just use that. But if you want to change it, what I have to do is sort of grab one and then change it, gypsum board half. Alright, we'll just go with that. Cool, so I'll just edit this though to make it 90. And edit these so that there's 10. Cool, and then I'll just make sure that you save it as well whenever you change it. So I'll do the same thing that I did last time, 10 by 90 by 10. Let's call it state, interior state. Yep, cool. Okay, and then okay. So now we've got the style that we can use, and it also adds it to our files resource browser, like wall styles thing. Cool. So what do we want? We want some walls for the bedrooms. Yeah, what I do is I'll just rough it out, and you guys should do it properly, but I'll just sort of, for the tutorial, I'll just quickly do it. Cool, and then there's another one here, right? So if we can see that the lines aren't sort of, the walls aren't sort of lined up. If I zoom back down here, if I go from this one up, is it going to be lined up? Sometimes you have to be quite sort of particular, just to make sure that you end up doing it properly. Cool, interesting. They've got different sort of hatches for the chipboard. That's all good. Great, so now we've got this exterior condition, and then the interior condition sort of goes the whole way. I think there's some more walls somewhere, right? Where is it? I'll just quickly reference that plan. So that's coming from there. Thereabouts. Something like that. So for this one here, cool. So I'll just leave it like that for now. And then sometimes you might not have drawn them properly like that. Like maybe, for example, I'll just undo that. Maybe it was sort of, you started out here for some reason, and then sort of ended here, and then you did another one sort of going like that. For an example, so what you can do now is you can use the wall join tool, and you can sort of select that and then make sure that you're on the right sort of join. So what we want here is for this wall to join up to that one, so it's a sort of T join, and you can just click on this one and then just hover over this guy till he's red, and then click again and it'll join. And you can do the same thing for this, but this is going to be a corner, so I'll change it to the corner mode, and you can click on this guy and then click on this guy and it'll automatically join it up, which is pretty handy. And then again, this is a T, so I'll go like that. Sweet. And what if you want a different sort of type of wall, like maybe this sort of, I don't know, maybe this isn't got jib on both sides or something, or or it's thicker or something like that. So what you can do then is you can sort of chop it. So there's this tool here, I think it's this one, the split tool. So you can sort of hover over what you want to split until it goes red, yeah? And then sort of pick where you want to split it from. So obviously you sort of set up a dimension or something if it changes somewhere. And you can sort of go and cut it wherever you want to cut it. There we go. So now there's all these sort of different pieces. So maybe this one is if I go to the wall tool, or sorry, go to the select tool and just select the wall piece, and then go over to the object info for it, and you can go replace it with maybe it's some crazy cavity wall like that or something. Ooh, made it massive. And maybe this is, yeah, that one. Cool. So you can have sort of different walls, but we don't really want to do that. Cool. So I'll just leave it like that. Cool, what's next? Joining, done. Sweet, on to the next one.